Thank you so much for listening. If you found expansion with this last episode, then that means that others will too. And the best way to get the word out about the podcast is by leaving a review. I would be so grateful if you could leave me a review and let me know how you felt about the podcast. Included in the show notes will be everything that we talked about today, including all of my transformative programs. Change is just on the horizon, my friend. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Live Free podcast. So today I want to go back to grade 8 science and explain to you the science behind the law of attraction, the science behind manifestation, the science behind attracting abundance, and all of these types of things, because there is so much interest in this subject, so much so that I have decided to create a course on this, which is currently available on pre-order if you are listening to this in real time. And I am creating a beautiful course that I am so excited to bring to you, because I think it's going to be a game changer for so many people. Because I myself have been interested in this subject since 2007 and didn't fully understand it until just recently. So now I am imparting that information onto you. And the reason I'm doing that is because when I first started learning about this over 10 years ago, there was a lot of faith-based aspect to it. There was very little bit of actual science. There was a lot of woo-woos and hippies, which I love woo-woos and hippies if you follow me. But there wasn't so much science to back it up. And now, years later, there's so much science to back it up. And now I can wrap my analytical mind around it as well as my faith muscles. So those two things have been synergistic in and very instrumental in the change of my life for the better. So I am going to attempt to explain this whole phenomenon within 20 minutes and then give you a couple small little tidbits at the end on how to actually channel it, how to actually utilize it. And again, rooted in science, ways that have been proven to actually work. So let's get to it. Okay, so if you are a science major listening to this and I'm butchering it, then my apologies. But this is what I understand on a very basic level, rudimentary level, something that is available to me and you and just the typical person interested and wanting to learn more. So this is basic, trust me. Okay. All right, so let's talk a little bit first about some of the definitions that we talk about when we talk about the law of attraction. So number one, what is the law of attraction? The law of attraction is the theory that you attract into your life the ways in which you feel, speak, talk, and everything like that. So that law of attraction is attracting physically into your life what you think about. So the kind of coined term for a lot of them are what you think about, you bring about. And as I said, 10 years ago when I heard about this, it was fascinating to me to finally believe in something that was beyond myself and to realize that I had an active role in my life that could change it for the better. Because there's so many schools of thought that say, you're born into this life, so this is who you will be. These are who your parents are. This is your financial situation. This is your geographical location and all of these sorts of things. And since those are the case for you, then that means that you are stuck here. That is who you are. And when I found out about it 10 years ago, I was like, oh my God, so you mean to tell me that I have just as much opportunity as, say, I don't know, Julia Roberts or Adele? I can have this amazing life as well. And that was a game changer for me. And it was truly what started me on this whole trajectory of, well, everything that I do. And it all started with the book, The Secret, which everyone has heard of. And some people hate it because there just wasn't enough information in there. And so then they got let down and they decided that it was just not for them. And then other people love it because they read it, saw that it was lacking some information. And, and to be fair, it was more than 10 years ago. And truly, she did what she could with what she knew. And it was such an important shift in the world. So that book was really the gateway drug to everything else that I have learned since then, which has been tens of thousands of hours of research. So I'm gonna give you just a quick version of what I understand the law of attraction to be on an analytical level, because I have multiple different faiths and multiple different beliefs within my community, and I want to be respectful to every single person's belief, because I do not subscribe to any specific faith, religion, or anything like that. I love taking all little pieces of every single thing and bringing them into my reality, and then tying them together with science. For me, it just feels good in my body and it lands. So let's get started. So some of the terms that are used within the law of attraction are frequency, abundance, and manifestation. So let's break them down. So manifestation is a term that's often used in regards to the law of attraction, in regards to drawing in the thing that you want and drawing in that experience. But what it comes right down to is that manifestation, in its essence, is truly just materialization. So the materialization of. So that does not mean the thing that you want. That truly just means the materialization of. So the materialization of the thoughts, feelings, and emotions that your body goes through and that your mind goes through materializes your life, whether you like it or you don't like it. Now, of course, everyone is manifesting all the time. You are doing it now. You're doing it while you're listening to me. You are doing it this morning when you were getting ready. You are doing it tonight when you go to bed. You are manifesting. You are materializing your life into your existence. And since everyone is manifesting all the time, then not every single portion of your life is manifested by you, but the things that you attract into your immediate life, those are almost always 95% of the time attracted by you. Now, that being said, you didn't particularly attract the war that's going on in your country or something, or, the pandemic or something like that. You didn't particularly attract that personally, because everyone is manifesting all the time. But that being said, some of the experiences within that war or experiences within that pandemic, those are attracted by you. So at first blush, a lot of people are really, really uncomfortable with the whole idea. They're just like, I do not attract the car accident or the spouse who treats me like crap or all of these sorts of things. And unfortunately, yes, you do. And the reason that is attracted by you is by way of mirror neurons, which we will talk about more, I think. I'm looking at the time here and I'm already eating up just about half of my time just explaining. This might be a multiple part series. I might also leave you with a cliffhanger, in which case you will have to check out the course. Okay, so moving on. So next term that I want to talk about here is abundance. So what is abundance? So simply put, abundance is the large sum of more or more than you need. So abundance, a large amount of more than you need. So a spilling over. is what abundance is. A lot of people think abundance, they equate it to money. And yes, money is absolutely part of it, but it's also health, love, the career of your dreams, all of these things that we want. So abundance can equate to all of the things that are going to lift you up, that you tell yourself day in and day out that you know that you want. That is truly abundance. Last term that I want to talk about is frequency. So the frequency of which you attract and manifest your abundance. Frequency can be determined by waves, electromagnetic field, energy, and the way I like to explain it is potency. The potency in which you attract the abundance into your life and manifest your dream life. So I hope this is all tying together for you now. If you're wanting to attract and manifest your abundance, you must first change your frequency to become more potent. Okay? So, what does frequency have to do with attracting? Grade 8 science here. Bear with me. So particles are formed into three things: solids, liquids, and gases. Solids are tightly packed, fast-moving particles. Liquids are closer together and they are medium moving. And gases are very separated particles and atoms that are moving slowly, but they are spaced out. And that's why when you touch something that is hard, because everything is so tightly packed and moving fast, there is a rebound reaction, and then you notice that thing is solid. So science has told us that not truly do we ever fully touch something solid, because the electromagnetic field around the tightly packed, fast-moving particles repels us. And so we never truly touch it because it repels us before we touch it. And then with gases, of course, you can move through them because they are separated. So there is less of a repelling. And since they are moving slower, then you are able to influence them that way. So why is this important? Because frequency or energy, electromagnetic field or potency, is fast moving. It is strong. It is powerful. It is high electromagnetic. And if it is things that you want to bring into your life are high electromagnetic, potent, tightly packed, then you need a fast-moving thought. You need a potent thought. So in order to attract the solids into your life that you would like, the money, the items, the things, the travel, in order to attract those things into your life, you must have a high frequency, wave, emotion, and potency. Is this making sense? In order to influence tightly packed, fast-moving particles, you must have fast, electromagnetic, powerful thoughts. Okay? Cool. All right. So from here, I want to talk a little bit about energy. So we all know about molecules and atoms, and you may not know that beyond the molecule, beyond the atom, is 99% empty space. Within that empty space, there is nucleuses with electrons, and then from there's protons and neutrons and subatomic particles and all kinds of stuff. But within that 99% empty space, then all solids, which you believe to be solid, are not truly solid. They are empty space. Empty space that's tightly packed together to the point where it appears solid. So 2 things happen here in your mind. Number 1 is that you realize that everything is empty space. So truly, nothing is beyond you. There is no, Christine gets lots and you get nothing. There is no meaning that says that Adele is meant for greatness and I am not. What it really comes down to is that everything is empty space. And when you think of it that way, then you realize that you are infinite. So what is that space is the second thing. So the space is the wave, the quantum field, the electromagnetic forces. It is energy. So beyond space is energy. And if energy can be moved by frequency, then that means that your entire life can be moved by the frequency of your thoughts and emotions. So what do thoughts and emotions have to do with this? Thoughts and emotions have been measured according to the thought, according to the emotion, by the quality of the frequency that is emitted from your body and from your brainwaves when you have those thoughts and emotions. So, bear with me. A high frequency thought is a gratitude thought. A low frequency thought is a sadness or anger or jealousy, specifically jealousy and comparison thought. So, what that tells me is that positive thoughts, i.e. positive thoughts, quotation marks, positive thoughts bring in positive emotions, positive attractions. Yes, but they also are 10 times more effective at attracting solids. So the things that you want in your life. Whereas a low frequency thought, anger, resentment, jealousy, and all of those sorts of things, they are slower to attract negative and bad things into your life. So this is good news. It means that if you have attracted a life that you don't particularly like, it took longer for you to attract that life that you don't particularly like than it will take you to attract the life that you do want. Do you see where I'm getting? It's amazing. Because suddenly, if it took you 51 years to get to the point where you are unhappy, then you don't have to take another 51 years in order to get to the point where you are, if you were unhappy, to get to the point where you are happy. Which is fortunate because most of us don't live to 102. So change your frequency and bring up your waves, your energy, your potency, using these positive emotions to attract the things that you want. Okay? So, I know that was a lot, but basically what I'm doing here is I'm trying to help your analytical mind get behind the idea of law of attraction. Because, as I said, a lot of people dismiss the idea of law of attraction because they don't understand it. And again, my explanation may be rudimentary, but common sense tells me that these things are connected. Multiple scientists that have agreed, quantum physicists, metaphysicists, neurologists, all kinds of science-based and psychology-based careers have proven that this law of attraction stuff is real. And when you get to that point where you can wrap your brain around it, I ask you, if this stuff is real, then what is the harm? That's my question to you, is what is the harm in trying it? Because your faith denounces it? Because your belief systems don't understand it? Or do you want to just take a crack at it? Try it out. Try attracting the life that you want, as opposed to being stuck in this perpetual loop that you've been in forever. I mean, again, what is the harm? You don't even have to tell anybody that you're trying it. No one will know. So I hope that you try it, that you start to understand and look into this whole idea of law of attraction, because I want you to have the life of your dreams. I do. This is what I want for you. And when I show up and give, and when I bring this knowledge into your life, when I live in my abundance, I allow you to be in yours through way of mirror neurons. So the final ways that I would like to explain is the ways that we attract. So science has backed up 3 ways that we attract: mirror neurons, visualizations, intentions, and attention, which are the same. So I'll quickly break those down. So mirror neurons have told us that we mirror other people and other people mirror us. And that happens within our kids, that happens within our friends, our jobs, our businesses, any person that you look into their eyes and they look into yours. We mirror the state that that person is in. We do this unconsciously and we cannot escape it. So if you are generally a happy person with a strong sense of boundaries, then you will generally have people who are happy and willing to follow your boundaries. If you are generally a person who is down in the dumps and believes that, everyone takes advantage of you, then people will mirror exactly that. It's based on ways of neurology. This is just our brains. So your world is a mirror of how you think and feel. The next way that we attract is through visualizations. So visualizations are your brain firing and wiring together through ways of neuroplasticity, through your subconscious mind. I lost you a while back and I'm aware of that. Through ways of your subconscious mind, for your visualization to start to create a memory and a belief that this has already happened. Because it is so potent to visualize as opposed to just speak. Affirmations are great, but they are very low frequency. If you want a high frequency thought and emotion, visualize the thing that you want, because when it stores it as a memory, then your subconscious mind understands it to be something that has already happened. So then your brain, without even thinking about it on a subconscious level, starts to fire and wire in a way that creates and attracts the thing that you want. Without even realizing it, you do things that create the life that you want. Small things that you don't even realize that you're doing. And as that happens, you create the life that you want. And the final way that we attract, according and backed up to science, is through intention and attention. So intention and attention are truly just stimulating the action part of your brain. So when you intend to have money and wealth and health and all of these sorts of things, it stimulates the action part of your brain, which creates the actions that are necessary in order to have the health, the wealth, and the money. So where attention goes, energy flows. Without even realizing it, you begin to start to create the life that you want. Then you beef it up with a visualization. And as a result of all of these powerful emotions within yourself, people mirror back to you through mirror neurons exactly the way that you'd like to be treated. So, all this science, super out of character for me in my podcast so far. But all of this science is here to help you understand that attracting abundance, attracting the life that you want is 100% real. It is possible. It is probable that you will attract. Now, whether you attract what you do want or what you don't want, that is up to you. That is the part when I say happiness is a choice. That's why I say that. Because it is a choice. These things aren't easy, but they're doable. And if you want to dive deeper into this experience with me, so beyond what you have learned with me today, then you are absolutely going to want to look at the Embody Your Abundance course currently on pre-sale. Because it's not enough to just know it. It's interesting and it's great. And I think that this episode itself will probably change the trajectory of your life. But once you know it, you need to now know what you should do next with all of this knowledge. And it would be a great disservice to you for me to not offer you something that could move you forward from here. So if this is a container that you want to join me in, then the course will be available most likely by the end of the weekend. We'll see. I've been working on it hard, and I know that there's so much gold in this that this introductory price is truly just going to have to be introductory because there is so much in this, and it is such a high value course that I believe that at this point, it's not priced high enough. But that's okay because right now it is priced in a way that is very, very attainable. But I cannot wait for the students that decide to jump into this container with me because I want to know how your life blows up after this. Okay? So all my love, I hope that this was enlightening, and I am so excited that you now know this stuff because once you know it, you cannot unknow it. And once you cannot unknow it, then your life will start to change. So starting today, all my love to you. And thank you for sticking it out with me through all of the science. Back to the regular scheduled programming that is generally more about what is currently going on in your life as opposed to subatomic particles on the next episode. All my love, you guys. You're listening to the Live Free podcast. I'm your host, Christine, certified life coach, pain to power mentor, and creator of Embody You Mindset Mastery School. I'm here today to discuss living life after disease, disaster, or adversity. To discuss living life fully once again. A life of hope, peace, and resiliency. A life fully embodied. I utilize the lessons that I learned going through not one, but 2 primary cancers. I'm here today to guide you to the life of your dreams, turn your pain into power, and lead you back to yourself.